Hi, it's Dr. Joe DeMarco, chiropractor and owner of OcraMed Health. Today's video, I'm going to share with you one of my favorite abdominal exercises. I'm going to show you a couple variations of it. You know, sometimes when I watch other people's videos, they'll say, oh, this exercise doesn't work for your abs and this one doesn't work. The only way to work your abs is with this exercise, you know, and they have like one exercise. I disagree. You know, I think it's really important to work your abs from a lot of different angles with a lot of different exercises. Yes, not all ab exercises are created equal. Some are better than others. However, you know, sometimes there's ab exercises that I do for a specific reason, you know, that work specific parts of my abs. Like, for example, there may be exercises I do for my abs that may not be the best overall ab exercise, but it helps me press handstands. You know, to do a press handstand, there's certain muscle fibers you're trying to recruit in the abdominal area. And so there's certain reasons why we do certain exercises. So I don't think we should always limit our ab work to just like one special exercise, because I don't think there is one special exercise. However, today's exercise that I'm going to show you is one of my favorites as far as getting that deep burn and really, really hard, like, you know, abdominal contraction. It's a great, great exercise. It helps me keep my old man abs going, you know? So I want to share it with you today. And so I'm going to go over it. A couple variations like I mentioned, so let's get right to it. First thing though, if you haven't done so already, take a moment right now. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe to OcraMed Health on YouTube. Click that little bell notification. It notifies you every time I upload a new video. At the end of today's video, I hope you find the information helpful, and if you do, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Okay, so I'm going to run through this exercise, and then, like I mentioned, I have another variation of it, okay? As I go through it, I'm going to highlight the key aspects of this exercise and things that I want you to concentrate on. But keep in mind, this is a exercise that is really for a deep abdominal contraction and a deep abdominal burn. It's performed very slowly, and at a certain point, we're actually going to hold the contraction at midway through and then go back slowly again. So if you're just starting out with this, a lot of times you're just doing one rep and then you're going to rest for 60 seconds before you do another rep. It's not a high rep exercise by any stretch of the imagination. Matter of fact, once you get used to it and you're building up your reps, I know myself, 10 reps of this exercise and I'm done. I mean, I may do another ab exercise, but I'm done with this exercise. You'll see why in a second, okay? So, we're gonna perform this on our backs like this, and you're gonna have your hands by your side and the feet out. Now, if I was doing this without talking to a camera, I would have my head down and I would have my shoulders relaxed. I am going to be, as I'm trying to talk to you, I'm going to have my head up, but that's not the way I normally perform this. But all right, so I'm going to have the hands down by my side, and we're going to start by the legs are together, and we're going to start by slowly bending up the knees. Now, as the knees start to come up, make sure the back is not arched, okay? Notice I have my back flat on the floor, okay? So keep that in mind, and slowly bring the knees up. Very, very slowly. If you're not sure how quickly to go, time yourself, because I like to do this in about 30 seconds. I like to take 30 seconds to just get my legs to the final position before we hold the contraction, and then 30 seconds out. So that's what I mean. This is a long, slow, controlled, burning type of exercise. So if you're new at it, put a clock next to you and time yourself. But this is, and I'll go a little faster because obviously I want to just get through this, but it's a slow raising of the knees like this. Nice and slow and controlled. Now you keep coming up with the knees, nice and slow and controlled. And then when you get to about here, which is about 90 degrees at your hips, you're going to think of taking your thighs and your knees and trying to squeeze them towards your chest with as much pressure as you can. So I start coming up, and now I'm thinking of just trying to touch my knees to my chest, even though I can't get them there. And as I keep doing that, I'm going to slowly press down with my hands and start to let those hips come off the ground. And as those hips are coming off the ground, I'm still thinking of squeezing those knees towards my chest. So this is like just an intense contraction, and it's going to start to burn. So we're going to come up. I'm thinking of pulling those knees to my chest, and when I can't go any further, guess what? We're going to hold this, and we're going to hold it. You can start with a 10-second hold, but I want you to try to build up to a 30-second hold. and just squeeze. Try to pull those knees towards your chest. Let it burn. It's just going to contract. It's really tight right now. It's burning. And after 30 seconds, we're going to slowly go the other way. Nice and slow, nice and slow. And a 30-second descending. You're going to descend in 30 seconds. As you come down, make sure that back is flat on the ground. And come back nice, slow, and controlled. Okay, now, like I said, once you get used to this, you can start a second rep. Initially, that one rep, that's it. That one rep is it. Take 60 seconds and rest. So it's 30 seconds up. When you have the knees squeezing them towards your chest and you lift the hips up and you can't go any further, start off with 5-10 seconds of an isometric contraction there where you just hold it. But I want you to try to build up to 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, then it's 30 seconds back the other way, okay? This hurts, okay? This burns. So it's not an easy exercise, but start off easy. I mean, if you want, you can come up a little faster. You don't have to hold it as long. So, kind of work with it, but ideally 30 seconds up, 30 seconds hold, 30 seconds back. Now try this variation. Okay, so guess what we're gonna do on this variation? We're gonna add resistance. Okay, so this is definitely something you only wanna do after you get comfortable with the first one, because we're still gonna do this and try to build up. Even with the resistance, we're gonna go 30 seconds up, we're gonna hold for 30 seconds, and 30 seconds down. So I have a resistance band tied off on something solid in front of me. You're gonna just put your feet, try to tie it off to your feet. This is the type of band I'm just sticking my feet through the handles of the band. I'm gonna get back into that initial position like that. Hands are by your side, legs are out. Like I said, normally I would rest my head down, okay? So, same exact movement. We're gonna slowly start coming up with those knees, keep the back flat on the floor, really slow. And now you get that resistance. So as I'm coming up further and further with the knees, that band is trying to pull me in the opposite direction. Now you're not gonna be able to get the hips really off the floor because of the band resistance, but that's okay. Just keep coming up as far as you can. Stop pressing down with your hands and try to lift the hips off the floor, even though it's hard to get them off the floor. And then when you can't go any further, that's where we're holding the contraction. Just like this, my abdominal muscles are fully contracted, they're burning. I'm gonna try to hold this for 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, I'm gonna reverse it. And we're gonna come back very slowly in the opposite direction again. Slow and controlled, always have that back flat on the floor. And come all the way back, nice and slow, all the way down again, okay? So it's gonna be 30 seconds up, hold the contraction, 30 seconds down. You will be amazed on both of those variations, the intense contraction you're gonna feel in the abdominal area and the burn that you're gonna feel. Like I said, it's something you really have to get used to, but it is definitely one of the ab exercises that I do where you get your biggest bang for the buck. I mean, this is intense and it's a great movement. All right, so you have to give that abdominal exercise a try. Be prepared for some abdominal soreness the next day if you're not used to doing that type of work. Awesome exercise. Best of luck to everybody. Stay young, train hard. Hey, if you haven't done so already, take a moment right now, visit my website, www.OcraMedHealth.com. We have a full line of fast release products. We have exercise bands in stock for the variation of that exercise if you need them. Also, my book, A Fitness Carol, is on the website. You should check that out when you have a chance. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel, OcraMed Health on YouTube. Questions about exercise or injuries, just leave me a comment in the comment section down below. I do the best I can to get back to everybody. And don't forget, OcraMed Health is here to keep you fit forever.